Okay, multiplication. For today, we're going to talk about multiplication, and there are only two things you must remember in multiplication of a one-digit number. Firstly, is to multiply the first number, okay? Then, if there is something to carry, okay, add only after multiplication. I say again. If first you multiply the first number, and if there's any to carry over, okay, we add that number only after multiplication. So we'll see that in the next example. In this example, it's very clear cut. Okay, we have 12 multiplied by 4. Okay, so how do we do that? Is that first we start off by multiplying the first number, which is what we see here. 2 multiplied by 4 give us 8. Alright, so you give us 8. If there's something to carry over, you add. Okay, but as of now, there's nothing to carry over because 8 is a single digit number. I just move on to the next number. Okay, and to be systematic, I cancel this number because I'm done with this number. 2 multiplied by 4 give me 8. Now, I take 4 multiplied by 1 to give me 4. Right, and this I'm done. Okay, 2 numbers I'm done. So my answer is actually 48. Okay, very simple, very clear cut. Now we move on to the next one. Okay, let's say I have this example, 354 multiplied by 3. Okay, although there are more numbers, okay, the way to solve it is actually the same, and it's very simple. Now, 354 multiplied by 3. Okay, one thing you should take note is that you should be neat when writing your multiplication, this vertical working. Okay, if you go and put your 3 here, okay, it'll be very, very confusing later when you come on to the more advanced, questions, okay, the more difficult questions. And if you put your 3 here, okay, it's actually very confusing. So what I want you to do is have a good practice of placing it in the ones place, just under the ones. Okay, so it's 354 multiplied by 3. Okay, put it this way. Okay, you don't have to draw these dotted lines, but just put it right under the ones place. Now, first multiply the first number. Okay, 4 multiplied by 3 give me 12. Now, because I only can put one digit in the ones place, I can't put 12 here. Okay, this is against the rules of multiplication. Alright, so where do I put this 1? Okay, and because 12 is in the tens place. Okay, the 12 is actually made up of 10 plus 2, right? So this is in a ones place, this is in a tens place. Okay, so my 1, okay, I actually have to put it in a tens place. This is what we call carry or add. Okay, carry over. Okay, carry over, to be added later. So you only add this tens place only after you multiply. So now I carry on. So just a quick recap. 4 multiplied by 3 give me 12. I only put the ones place, which is, I'm supposed to get 12, right? I'm supposed to get 12. I only put the ones place in the ones position, okay, just under the ones. And I put the number in the tens place, okay, over to the tens, the number in the tens, okay. Now, next, I take 3 multiplied by 5, okay, I ignore the 1 for now. 3 multiplied by 5 give me 15, okay. Now, it gives me 15. Now, what do I do with this 15? I still have this 1 left that I'm supposed to add here. So, I add a 1, it should give me 16. So, my number, I should put here, the 1 in the ones place, I should put here 16, and I put a 1 here. Okay, so I'm supposed to get 16. So I put this number 6 here and a 1 here. Now, I carry on. Okay, so I carry on. Oh yeah, I forgot to cancel. Okay, please cancel for you to be more systematic. Now, 3 multiplied by 3 gives me 9. And because there's 1 here, okay, 9 plus 1, okay, 3 times 3 gives me 9. Huh? Okay, so 9 plus 1. Okay, actually give me 10. Now, where do I put this 10? Okay, I'm going to cancel, delete this, okay, because it's quite messy. Where do I put this 10? Okay, I put the last digit, okay, which is, at the back. Okay, 10 is made of 1 and 0, so I put a 0 at the back. Where do I put the 10? Okay, because there's nothing here, okay, it's as if I have a 0 here. Alright? Now, and I put the 1 here. Alright? 0 multiplied by 3 gives me 0. So I should end up with 0 plus 1. So I should end up with a 1 here. Alright, so my final answer is 1062. Okay, what I encourage you to do if you find that this is confusing, number 1 is to replay this video and listen to me again. And or number 2, try this for yourself. This I highly recommend, okay? Have some integrity, cover it up, okay? Or if not, rewrite this question, 354 multiplied by 3, okay? And do it on a piece of blank paper and try it for yourself. Try this method for yourself, okay? For you to, you know, get a good idea of what you know and what you don't know. Alright. Lastly, okay, as part of this chapter, we also have to multiply by a 2-digit number, okay, such as 73 multiplied by 10 or something like 24 multiplied by 20. Okay, for a 2-digit number, it's a bit special, okay. It contains the idea of multiplying a 1-digit number, but now we are dealing with 2 numbers, okay. At first, we only have to multiply 1 digit, now you see 2 digits. It's a bit special and a bit more advanced. Okay, now, the first step is to multiply the ones as you did earlier. And just remember that you have to add 1 0 for the tens place. You continue the multiplication and you add 2 zeros for hundreds and then multiply. Okay, if you're confused now, don't worry. When I go through, you have a better idea. Now, what you have to do is you have to write very neatly, because if you don't, you're going to have a lot of trouble later and you open up a lot of chances for careless mistakes. So as you can see, the ones place I write it very neatly in this position. Okay, once again, you don't have to draw the dotted lines. This is just to show you. Okay, maybe I should put it in another number, another color, so that you don't get confused. Okay, you can see that it's very neat, and so that you avoid careless mistakes later. Now, you put the 0 just under the ones place, okay, and the numbers that are in the tens place, okay, you put it in together in a line, okay. So this is how it should look like. Now, so you multiply the ones place. So this is a 0, so you multiply 0 by 3, which gives you 0. Then you cross it out, okay. Now you carry on, okay, by taking 0 multiplied by 7, okay. 0 multiplied by 7 gives you another 0, and notice how I put the 0 just under the tens place, okay. I do not put it here because it's going to be very confusing later on. I'll show you what I mean, okay. So I put a 0 here, okay, and I cancel once. Now, what do I do now? Okay, so now that I have done multiplying with these ones, okay, place here, I cancel it out, okay. Now I move on to the next number, which is actually is in the tens place. Okay, it's in the tens place. So it's like what I was doing is like separating the 73. Okay, multiplying by 0, which gives me 0 0. Right now I'm doing the tens place. Okay, I'm doing the part in the tens place. So it's like I'm taking 73 multiplied by 10. Okay, or the tens place. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding a 0 first. Okay, I'm adding a 0 here. Why? It's because, okay, when I'm talking about the tens place, I actually have a shortcut, okay, that I can cancel this 10 and multiply whatever number with this number first. Okay, so it's like 73 multiplied by 1, which is 73. And because I have 1 0 here, I cancel it out. I give it back this 0, okay, so you will see that my final answer should be 730 over here. So let's try it out, okay. Now, so now once I've settled, because this is in the tens place, I put 1 0 for the tens place, 1 0 for the tens place, okay. I take 1 multiplied by 3, that gives me 3, okay. So I can cross it out again, just to take note that you know, just for me to understand that I actually settled for this twice, okay. So this is in the tens place twice. Now 1 multiplied by 7 gives me 7, okay. So I can put another cross. If you find this messy, you know, you can choose not to cross, okay. But I think for me it helps, okay. So even if you don't choose to cross, it's fine, okay. Now once I'm done with ones, okay, 1 multiplied by 3 give me 3, 1 multiplied by 7 give me 7. Okay, I'm done with this. Okay, so I cancel it. Now, I'm done with everything. So what do? I add later on. Okay, I add and I find that, okay, as I was saying just now earlier, I will get 730, right? So 73 multiplied by 10, which is in the tens place, you get 730. Okay, so now, what do I end up with? I have 730 as my answer. Okay, I just add together. So this is my final answer, 730. Okay. As I was saying, just a quick secret is that sometimes when you see numbers with a 10 or anything with a 10, 100 or multiplied by 1,000, okay, the idea is very simple. Okay, I just take, because there's 1 0 here, I just take this number here, okay, multiply by these two numbers or whatever numbers here, okay, find the answer and I transfer the number of zeros over to here. Okay, so there's 1 0 here, I transfer here. So if let's say the question is actually, let me change to another color. If let's say the question is asking you, okay, what is 73 multiplied by 100? Okay, the answer is very clear. Okay, there are 2 zeros here, so I can just underline here. Alright, so 73 multiplied by 1 gets me 73. Okay, and then I add the 2 zeros at the back. So this is the final answer, like that. Okay, so if 1 0, you put 1 0 at the back. If 2 zeros, 2 zeros at the back. But remember, these are only numbers for, there are only multiples of 10, like 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, and so on. Okay? And it doesn't work for numbers like, or questions like, let me see. Okay, I don't have a question. And, it doesn't work for questions like maybe 24 multiplied by, 22. Okay, so we'll try that question later, but just remember that this special zero rule only works for this. Now, back to another example. So, as you can see here, 24 multiplied by 20. As I mentioned before, because there's 1 0, all I have to do is actually multiply 24 by 2 first, and afterwards add a 0. Okay, so 24 multiplied by 2, okay. 4 multiplied by 2 gives me 8. Okay, I'm done with this. 2 multiplied by 2 gives me 4. So I get 48. So I add a 48 here and put a 0 later on. So this is my answer for 24 multiplied by 20. Now, lastly, the same example, okay, very similar, it's not a same example, but just to illustrate my point, okay, let's say I have 24 multiplied by 200 now, okay, and what do is that because there are 2 zeros, I remember to add the 2 zeros later on. So 24 multiplied by 2 gets me the same answer. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. Cancel, 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. So I add 4. So I end up with 48 and I add the 2 zeros at the back. Now, for the last example, okay, this is a bit more complicated, so bear with me here. Okay, so 24 multiplied by 22. How do we do that? Okay, what we do is first write this very neatly, okay, and make sure that it's neat. Is the ones in the ones place, the tens in the tens place. Now, 4 multiplied by 2 gets me 8, okay. Now, 2 multiplied by 2, because I'm done with this, right? Okay, I might want to cancel this, okay, or maybe I add a, I don't know, I can put a marker here, okay, mark this number out. Now, I'm done with this. Now, 2 multiplied by 2 gives me 4, okay, I'm done with this too. Now, the second time, okay, because I'm done with this, I will cancel this off, okay. Now, because this is in a tens place, what must I do here? I must add a 0, okay, I must add a 0, okay. Now that I add a 0, okay, all I have to do is take 2 multiplied by 4, okay, I do it as per normal, I do it as if I'm doing a normal 1-digit multiplication. So 2 multiplied by 4 gives me 8, and 2 multiplied by 2 gives me 4, and I then add together to give me 528.